first video. I see a lot of video on YouTube about China travel, and I love watching the Chengdu part because I live here. But most YouTubers turn around before they find it really interesting. And I feel like this. Yes, you just have to go on one step further and discover a new continent. Hey wait, why did you turn back? You need to take a step forward. So, I want to make some videos to enrich the content of Chengdu on YouTube and hopefully give some advice to people who are planning to travel or people who want to know Chengdu to show you what Chengdu people want to see. So, for the first video, let's start at Tianfu Square. Tianfu Square is the largest square in southwest China, and most people think of it as the center of Chengdu, so a lot of YouTubers use it as their first stop, but there are so many secrets to exploring that they haven't discovered. In winter, when the weather is good like today, there will be a lot of people in the square. This is because the sunshine time in Sichuan is very short in winter. People should hurry up and bask in the sun. And on weekends, you can see a lot of children playing in the square. Oh, they play table tennis without a table. I think there is no city that loves ginkgo more than Chengdu. In winter, Chengdu is always yellow and filled with a lot of fallen leaves. But it's pretty good, isn't it? In the middle of the square is a symbol of Chengdu. The name is the sun god bird 太阳神鸟. If I introduce to Jinsha, I will introduce this pattern in detail. Okay, let's talk about a funny thing here. You should know that the Chinese says 恭喜发财 means hope you rich during the Chinese New Year. So, guess what is the first words of the values of the Chinese? Okay, the word means rich and strong. Oh, in fact, there is a little different from Fuchang and rich and strong, but if you want to understand, that's not a big problem. There are a lot of places worth visit around Tianfu Square. In front of it is Sichuan Science and Technology Museum. And this is Chengdu Museum. Here is the Sichuan Art Museum and the Sichuan Library. Here is the Sichuan Ground Theater. Except for this place, all the aforementioned locations are free to visit. Today, I want to take you to explore the Chengdu Museum. Look at the ginkgo and the good weather. We will soon be at our destination. Chengdu Museum is the largest museum in southwest of China. Through his exhibition, can quickly help you understand the history and the humanities of Chengdu, which is why I made it in the first video. Okay, now we arrive second area I want to show you. Look at the crowds and you know that museums in China are very popular places. And if you don't have a reservation, you need to queue up like this. If you have your own apartment, you don't have to queue, but you need to use WeChat to scan this QR code, and you will be in this interface. Switch to English. You can make an appointment here. Choose passport. Fill in your passport here, and you can generate a QR code so that you can enter the museum smoothly. You can go straight to this side. But as a tourist, maybe you need to save a backpack. Go through the security check first. I need to save my bag because this kind of camera holder is not allowed in the museum. In order to prevent language misunderstanding, I want to it's not that you are not allowed to carry a camera, but the holder is not allowed. Press the prompt key, and it will give you a piece of paper as a key to open the cabinet. Okay, put the bag inside and keep the small piece of paper safe. Okay, we can get in now. Use your QR code here. Security check. Okay, we're getting now. It's a places to book a guided tour. I'm not sure English is available. So, I think the audio guide or AR glasses here are more suitable for foreigner tourists because they have other language options like English, Japanese, or Korean. Audio guide is 40 yuan and AR glasses is 70 yuan. Scan this QR code to rent. And if you don't want to spend the money, this video will help you not to miss out on those great parts. So please subscribe this channel, please. So let's start visiting. The exhibition area on the first floor is temporary, so I won't introduce it. At the moment, here is an art exhibition about the exchange between China and France, but I'm not sure what it will be when you visit, so I won't introduce it. Let's start with the second floor, the very beginning of Chengdu. The exhibition hall on the second floor introduces the story of Chengdu from ancient times to the 5 dynasties. This poem is one of my favorites, and I think it can be translated as I searched for 9 heavens before, and finally I found a flowers called Chengdu. The beginning of Chengdu should start with this name. In the history that can be studied, Cancong was recorded as the first generation of kings of Shu. Sichuan was called Shu in ancient times. This word in Chinese in ancient times means wild silkworms. I will introduce the Asian Shu culture in the video of Sanxingdui, so follow me, please. Kaiming was a lost Asian Shu dynasty, but it was also the first civilization to have Chengdu as its capital. And it was also the beginning of Chengdu's naming, which has been used since 3,000 years ago. During this period, the flooding was very severe, and people shaped their coffins to look like boats so that they would not be submerged by the flow after death. So, you can see a boat coffins. Another piece of evidence regarding the flood is this stone-made rhinoceros. It was believed that the animal could stop the flooding, and it was found under the thriller. But it soon lost its job because the Qing dynasty was about to become the master of Chengdu. It has also brought a great water conservancy project to Chengdu. I'll go into more detail in Dujiangyan. So please, subscribe my channel. So, when the Qing dynasty came, not only did it mean that Shu became a part of Chinese culture, when you look back, you will find that you say goodbye to floods and disasters. And from then on, Shu became a fertile region. It provides the Qing dynasty with a large amount of supplies to unify China, and Shu also received a new name, Tianfu, which means heaven on earth. We walked into the Han Dynasty, and there are a lot of painting on bricks. They record how people lived in the Han Dynasty. Can you see it? This one is about pastoral life, and this one is about raising animals. You see, all these paintings are all in tombs. The Han Dynasty people believed that the dead should be treated like the living. So, they made a lot of pottery, which was thought to be able to continue their lives in another world. This kind of pottery is called yong. In Chengdu area, Paiyou Yong is very popular. Paiyou can be understood as comedians. They pose to make people laugh or play musician instruments. The one sticking out its tongue and beating the drum is the earliest rap star. And there is also a rap yong in the Chinese National Museum. Their popularity is seen as proof that the people of Chengdu enjoy happy things. Happy has also influenced the production of other yong. If you are in this museum, you will find that almost all the yong are smiling. Smiling farmers, smiling maids, smiling cooks, smiling food. Oh, bro, maybe if you don't want, you don't have to smile. Oh, look at this. It's a bro on a business trip to Beijing. And we use this way to get him in this museum. Okay, now we suddenly to get the 6th floor. I want to show you something. There's actually nothing on the 6th floor, but it can overlook Tianfu Square, so I don't have to look for other videos. Have you found it? The pattern of this square is a huge Taiji diagram. In the Chinese internet, there are many speculations about feng shui, about fate, but the reason for building the square like this is actually very simple. Chengdu is the birthplace of Taos. Let's take a look at this pottery. It describes the Tao's ascension scenes. Ordinary people have ascended to the heavenly realm through practice, and there are many immortals here. There are many imaginary descriptions of the heavenly realm here. The gates of the heavenly realm, the masters of the heavenly realms, and how the people were made. And there are many fantastical creatures in Taos. In fact, it's not just these fantastic creatures and stories. Chengdu has been greatly influenced by Taos. I believe that the impact of religion on people lies not in whether you go to church to worship, but in how it is rooted in your thoughts and action. I think it's more appropriate to discuss these issues in Tao's temple, so I'll go into more detail in the videos of Qingyang places or Qingcheng Mountain. Alright, Chengdu was the capital of Shuhan in the Three Kingdoms era. Maybe you have heard the story of Liu Bei, Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, or Zhuge Liang. Because of the existence of the Wuhou Temple, there are not many things on display here. I'm not sure if you are interested in the story of this period. Please tell me the answer in the message area. Now we are on the 3rd floor, where the history of the Tang Dynasty to the Qing Dynasty is exhibited. Okay, first look at the title, A Lively City. On your right is the Song Dynasty painting 蜀川圣代图. It is incredible that many of the place names on it are still in use today. Hey, this is the Qingyang Palace I mentioned. On your left, there is the true treasures, a Shangtrade. Don't treat it as an ordinary ball. When you open it, you will find a hemisphere inside. This hemisphere is suspended, and no matter how you shake it, you won't spill the spice on the hemisphere. This is the world's earliest gyroscope structure used for beauty. Oh, my camera cannot shoot the structure inside. If you can, you must take a serious look. Because it's a weekend, there is a children volunteer here to explain to everyone.
在古时候，人们省油是一个非常重要的目的。同时，经过现在科学推算，我们这个省油灯可以省下8%到20%左右的油，省油效果非常显著。可以看出那时候的人们就已经开始研究如何节能环保。
Remember when I said that people in Chengdu like to smile? Look at the pottery of the Tang Dynasty. They are all smiling. Another thing worth mentioning in the Tang Dynasty is Buddhism. In the center of Chunxi Road, Taikuli, there is a temple of the Tang Dynasty. We will go to see there in the next video. However, in the last century, many Buddhist structures was destroyed by invaders, and the body of the Buddha was destroyed, and the head of the Buddha was scattered overseas as a trophy. Oh, there is a pre-well. I heard that turn it in the temple will bring you good luck. This piece of road takes us to the Song Dynasty. And see, as I said before, the pottery is a miniature vision of the tomb owner's life, so we can clearly understand what the house of the Song Dynasty looks like. The Song Dynasty was also an era of rapidly developed of tea culture, and it had a great impact on the surrounding countries. I think that the tea wear of the Warring States period in Japan is very similar to the tea wear of the Song Dynasty, isn't it? These mighty generals took us to the Ming Dynasty. To be honest, there are not many cultural relics of the Ming Dynasty in the Chengdu Museum, because there is another museum that collects treasures, so there are no details in this part. Blue and white porcelain was popular in the Ming Dynasty, and most of the world's impressions of Chinese porcelain comes from the kind of blue and white wine. At least I do. When I think of porcelain, it should to be blue and white. At the end of the third floor, there is a content about the Qing Dynasty, and on the floor is a map of Chengdu from the Qing Dynasty. Compared with now, Chengdu in the Qing Dynasty was really very small, and between the first ring road and the second ring road. Tianfu Square was probably in this location. This piece of the Qing Dynasty follows the Shu of the Ming Dynasty. And then, only this section of the city wall remained. Around the map are some Qing Dynasty porcelain, which you'll find a little more complex in shape than Ming Dynasty porcelain. And there is also a joke here. The pale and elegant Yun Zheng, but he have a son Qianlong who was king in the massacre. A little tired, so we'll quickly to finish this museum. On the fourth floor is a part of the overthrow of feudalism and the war of resistance against Japan. First of all, the introduction of the Baolu movement, which was the fuse of the Xinhai Revolution. The people of Sichuan paid great sacrifice and prices for the overthrow of the rule of the feudal dynasty. There is a miniature version of the Baolu movement monument. The real version is in the People's Park, which was also re-established after the founding of the People's Republic of China. The monument, erected in 1914, was completely blown up during the Sino-Japanese War. The authenticity of this statue of the soul of the Sichuan army is also in the People's Park. To commemorate the efforts and sacrifice of the 3.5 million Sichuan troops, they participated in almost all the battles since the Battle of Chengdu. You can see that these fierce battles always have the shadow of the Sichuan army, fearless of sacrifice from soldiers to generals. The generals who died in the war in Sichuan are the most in the country. Not only the army, during the war, Chengdu was burned during the time and intensity in almost second only to Chongqing. The people of Sichuan have paid a lot for the war, provide most of the material needed for the war, which is why most of the cities in Sichuan were bombed in the war. Part of the base of the American Volunteer Air Force is also located in Chengdu. During the aid to China, a total of 2,193 American members died, made great contributions to World War II. Their heroic deeds and dedication will be remembered by posterity. The other part of the fourth floor is the display of Sichuan folklore. First of all, you can see these chiefs who have made great contributions to Sichuan cheese. The frontal desk of a traditional Sichuan restaurant is shown. Here is his stove, and the back shelf shows that when there is no refrigerator, food must be kept off the floor. Here are some traditional street food shapes. Here is a display of Baba Yan. It is worth experiencing. Sichuan opera is also an important part of Sichuan culture. And you can see what the stage of traditional Sichuan opera looks like. The stage is so small because Sichuan opera is often opened together with tea houses. And it is the kind of gaiwan tea that is drink when watch Sichuan opera, which is very popular in Sichuan. On the fifth floor of the museum, shadow puppetry is displayed first. As an important folk culture, shadow puppetry has influenced many places. This is a step of shadow puppetry. The other part is the puppet show, which is a very small puppet stage, and this kind of easy to hold puppet is very popular with children. This kind of puppet show is more complicated. You can see that you can replace the facial accessories to do the replacement of experiencing. And some are traditional Facebook. And in this pink one, there are so many puppet works displayed here. This master is show how this big puppet operates. It looks a little complicated. Okay, that's probably all for the museum's display. In short, there is a very worthwhile place. It can also be ranked in the top 10 in China. And it's free, although most of the Chinese museums are free. But as an overview of Sichuan culture, here is very good. Oh, I'm a little quiet. Wait for me to take some water. And now we need to go somewhere else. We have to go another place because if you love ACGN, Tianfu is a place you should not to miss. Tianfu is just across the street from the museum, which will show you a completely different picture from the museum. Tianfu can better represent the spirit and living conditions of the young Chengdu people. Okay, we've been shooting around Freeland for a long time. You should know what I mean. Being unique and standing out is a state that young people in Chengdu are looking for. But it's a site that is unique to weekends, and young people need to go to school or work during the week. So if you want to visit, choose the weekend. From this gate, you can see how lively Tianfu is today. Well, again, if you want to come, choose the weekend. Enter Tianfu and you will find a lot of popular elements of animation, comics, and games. Of course, in order to attract young people, Tianfu need to do more. At the end of this road, you will see a stage here for young people to show their favorite things like dance. Sometimes the Tianfu holds some competitions or activities, but today it seems that no one is using it, and some people are using the space under this stage to practice. Oh, it looks like the practice is over. Okay, remember what we said was the most important things in Chengdu? Smile. Even among young people, it is only possible to pass with a smile. Okay, here's another villain, and it looks like this character is popular in cosplay. Okay, let's then take pictures. Let's go and see what's interesting elsewhere. You may think that Japanese anime occupies the love of most young people here, but in recent years, there have also been many Chinese anime or games that have gained the love of young people, such as the one shown in the poster, which tells the stories of two men falling in love in China, Spy Family. But I didn't see the coaster of characters today. Okay, let's go upstairs and take a look. On the second floor, it's right next to the elevator. It's a studio for coaster to take pictures for free. Not only is there this cyberpunk style studio, but there are also some else. Because it's a weekend, it looks very busy. Let's go upstairs now. Oh, a beautiful summer coaster. Now we are on the third floor. This is completely a social place for coasters. This lounge is the most concert-treated place for coasters in Tianfu. You can meet a lot of characters that interested you. But considering the politeness, I choose the angle of the coaster's back when I edit. I really don't want to play mosaic, so if you are interested in this place, it's best to come and see it in person. Again, choose the weekend. As long as politely requested, your request for a group photo will be fulfilled by the coaster. Of course, if it is only to this point, Tianfu still can't become the choice of young people. So what about this? Tianfu provide a large number of comic books for young people to play to their heart's content. Take a look at the works of young people. I believe that the greatest talent in anything is how much you love it, and it would be wonderful if this society could support your passion. Next to it is for young people who are not so good at drawing. This is called the exhibition wall, 破裂墙. China's Z general use the internet more, so use the internet to enrich their friend list. This behavior is called 破裂. Young people write down their professions and content information, hoping to find like-minded people. It's also permissible to just want to write some inexpressible words or stickers. And it's normal for stickers that you don't agree with. Of course, you will find stickers that you agree with, and this graffiti wall will be cleaned regularly, so you don't have to worry about running out of places to write. And you can also post your attitude on stickers you don't agree with. There are a lot of places to practice dancing on the third floor. As you can see, you don't have to worry about finding young people who like the same things with you. This is another place to practice dancing. It seems that you can join by yourself if you can move according to the music. I don't know much about dancing, so let's take a quiet look. Let's continue our exploration and see what Tianfu sells. There is a difference between this kind of mark and a storefront. If you have something you want to sell, you can come here to set up a stall and sell your goods. China's Z generation directly use the transliteration of English goods, 谷子, to express special two-dimensional goods. There are also some places to play table games here. Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh are also very popular in China. You can also see some Pokemon cards here. This Van Gogh Pikachu is really good looking. Hey bro, how are you playing the games here? Well, it seems to be a MOBA game. And to be honest, I would think that the MOBA game is a little bit outdated. There are also some other products related to animation, comics, and games here. If you like these things and plan to visit Chengdu, I would recommend Tianfu to you. If you want to see the life and attitude of Chinese people born after the 21st century, I also think Tianfu is a must-visit place. Chengdu is known in China as the city of tolerance, and actually very opposite to labeling any person or city, whether positivity or negativity, as it obscures the truth. But if you look at this city's attitude towards individuality and those who are different, even if they like to dress up as animals, this city will always say to you, it's okay, we can live well together. That is why I love this city's reason. This is what I want to show you on Tianfu Square. If you want to visit Chengdu, please pay attention to this channel. See you on next video. Bye bye. We are back. I forgot to give you some advice if you want to have a meal in Tianfu Square. I think Chengmapo is a good choice. A little far away, it's in this place. And it's worth mentioning that this sports field has dragged up monuments, so you'll need to take a detour like this to get here. It's not hard to find. It's right behind the green thriller, and seeing these sculptures means you are on the right track. This gymnasium is dug out of the monument, so it can't be passed. And then the recommended restaurant is opposite it, Chengmapo Tofu. This is their main restaurant, the birthplace of Sichuan's famous Mapo Tofu. Now, let's go in. I want to think about it before ordering. I plan to recommend nearby food in each video. I will try to recommend no spicy food because I know that find no spicy dishes will be a little difficult for people who are not familiar with Chengdu. And there are some tips that will allow you to keep your mouth when you eat spicy food. As you should have noticed, this is a rather traditional style Sichuan restaurant with a traditional Chinese style decor. And this is a restaurant that I like very much. And believe me, it's definitely worth trying. Okay, choose a seat in the lobby. As a tourist, it should be better to have a more Chinese style decor next to the stairs. But I'm already OG, so the lobby is good. Now you can see the menu, which is why the first Sichuan restaurant I recommend is this one. You can see the chili, which allow you to assess whether you can accept the dish or not. You can easily find a lot of dishes that are not spicy, so today we will choose a spicy one, a non-spicy one. First of all, it must be mapo tofu. You just need to tick like this. Which is the other one? I want to choose the 锅巴肉片. Here is a little trick. If you choose a spicy, hot, and non dish, it's best to choose another dish that is sweet and sour. Not to mention that the 锅巴肉片 are crisper, which is also a taste that mapo tofu cannot give you. Okay, look at the state of mapo tofu. You definitely won't doubt how hot it is. Compared to mapo tofu in other places, this one's mapo tofu has a strong taste. So, for the safety of the town, it's best to prepare rice first. I'm holding the camera in my other hand, so it's a little difficult. I'm sorry you can't smell the food. It really smells great. Stir it because there are really a lot of peppercorns on it. Almost you can put it on the rice. In saying once, the mapo tofu here has a strong taste. Of course, there is no problem to taste directly. But if you are not a spicy person, it will be much more acceptable to stir it with rice. Okay, I think that's enough. Stir the tofu and rice. Oh, the 锅巴肉片 coming. You have to listen to the sound. The chef's sweet and sour sauce is poured over the crispy rice in front of your table. And if you think Sichuan food is all spicy, try this. After I'm done, let's take a look at the 锅巴肉片, which contain bamboo shoots, fungus, and pork.
Okay, have tried.
Another thing worth recommending against chili peppers is this, 维仪, a local drink in Sichuan. It tastes soy milk. It's very clean and there is no crushed soybeans. A bit like milk, but you can feel the taste of plants.
Will feel better? Or I will finish my meal. Have tried in Sichuan. Bye bye.